In today's video, we're diving into Mind's Eye in a new and different way with some really special stuff that I just saw and found. It took me a lot to dig this up. Been looking up this game and getting all the information, but man, oh man, today is exciting. Before I talk about it, I just want to say thank you to the community. You're welcome here. Feel free to join and rock out with me. If you're wondering what Mind's Eye is, I'm going to do a quick breakdown just to give some people the understanding of what you're getting out of this product. It is, first of all, a single player story game where you are going to be in a action adventure thriller. It is definitely top tier stuff that I'm excited about. And you're going to be following Jacob. This is Jacob here, and he's going to be basically trying to discover his past because he has some memory loss and things have been going bad for him. He has this implant that is a neuro implant called Mind's Eye. And that's what the name of the game is, where it basically ruined his life. So he's trying to discover what's going on. At the same time, there's a whole bunch of conspiracies, corporate espionage, political corruption, and so much more that's happening that it's special. And I want to talk about the gameplay also. We're not going to get too deep into the story. I have a video about that. But just to talk about the gameplay, you're going to have strategic combat, third person shooter, where you're going to be engaging enemies using your different abilities like these drones that you're seeing in this footage, as well as your weapons and the environment to survive. So super cool, super interesting, and different for this game's presentation, and all of that, as well as high octane racing, semi open world where you can explore a bit, and then user generated content. And today's topic has to do with user generated content, and we're going to dive into that so that you can know exactly what I'm excited about and why I feel like this game is next level. Right, on top of the cool stuff that I've already covered about this game, story, gameplay, and all of the different features, one of the biggest things, and I did make a video discussing some of this, but today we're going to reveal even more, which is that yes, you're going to be playing this game 16-hour story driven campaign, and it's exciting, very interesting, different in its own way, super cool in my opinion. But guess what, I have something that you need to see, and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys right here. You're going to wonder, what is this? Well, this right here is Arcadia, aka a tool for Mind's Eye. And so the way this works is Arcadia is a very good device for people who want to make user generated content. All right, this is one of the biggest things that has happened in gaming, and it is super important to know that this is the future in a lot of ways as well. There's a game called Everywhere that will allow you to go into this open world that the developers made, as well as players creating their own versions of this open world. And the way it works is, you can see Everywhere here is one of the places that you can go to. You can use all the assets and all the tools in here, like this right here, and create your own version, or just play other people's versions of whatever the content is. Now, the key thing with this, and the reason why I'm bringing up this video, is this specific image right here. This is Mind's Eye, and these are going to be the missions within Mind's Eye. So I've basically uncovered some of the story elements of places that we're going to go. And I don't want to go too deep into it because it might be somewhat of a spoiler, but you're looking at checkpoint race right here in the desert somewhat, and then destruction site, which is a construction site most likely, and then friendly fire looks like a drone, like you're gonna probably be flying a drone. Then there's a desert pursuit, which I think is gonna be racing. Honor Amongst Us, I would assume, or something like that, and that one is looking like it's going to be maybe a flashback of his past. And then you got Hard Target, which looks like another desert area. And so far this stuff looks very cool. We're gonna go down to look at the next one, which is Dead Moon, right to your left, right here. It looks really good, nighttime. And then there's Whiskey Tango. I would assume this is about his past. And there's Attack the Block, which is in the city, I assume, or something. Actually, wait a minute. This looks like ancient times. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But there's tons of stuff in here, guys. And I mean a lot. On the left, serving notice, which is kind of a complex area. And then they have the satellite one, which has a bunch of satellites, as you can see. And then public service is super dark. Again, these are exclusive images. Hopefully I don't get copyright strike for showing them, but yeah. Then the last one that we do know for sure is Whiskey Tango, and we have a good visual of this. Okay, you're gonna be going in a flashback as our buddy, and if you look on his neck, that right there is the MindsEye neural implant that has been put into him. And then you see down here, Jacob's unit is stationed, and now we know where he's going to be, a location. So you're going to be going to different locations within the game. And so this is going to be very cool. For me personally, I'm excited because what happens when I get this, guess what happens? This is one of the locations where we can go. Okay. And you see the plane crash, you see the drone right above, and this all on the top is the tools for you to program it and change it to whatever you want, to be a friendly, to attack other people. You can make clones of this, put all helicopters everywhere. There's vehicles programmed, you can probably get in and drive. There's the plane where there might be some action, and there's a lot of people you probably won't notice. There's characters that are kind of highlighted in invisible a bit, but they're there and they're all around. So I'm assuming soldiers. You can even put other items in here on your own, which is super interesting. But the reason I'm bringing this toolbox is this: you're going to be able to make your own version of these missions, or you're going to be able to play other players' versions of these missions too. So this is where this is amazing. And we already see they have a full list of multiple missions within MindsEye that we're going to get for everywhere. And that just shows you a lot. So right now I've been trying to discover more about this game and get into what it's offering and help you guys understand that as well. Now what I want to do is take a moment to show you the Everywhere trailer. I'm not here to go crazy about this, but I just want to kind of give the hint and the clue about this a little bit so you can see for yourself and say, what is this about? What does that mean? And yeah, so you're going to be able to do some special things and get pretty crazy with this game. And it's going to be free to play for you to go in there and do your thing. So far right now, I've already tried to work on a level, and I've played a bunch of other players' things in the game as well. And it worked pretty good. And you can come to my stream. I'll probably be playing it on stream so you guys can see it for yourself. But what I love about it is that not only will they have the tools within it like these, but MindsEye as well with all the assets. I'm not sure what is going to be allowed or not allowed, but that's going to be a part of this. And it makes it so much more interesting as we go forward. And, we'll see where this takes us, but I'm super excited about it. Now, I want to take a moment to look back on this again. I'm a little worried now as I make this video, like, wait, is this going to get copyright striked? This image was not on their website or anything. I just found it by Google search. But the point is, this is real. I know it is because we've seen this menu many times from the actual presentations of what they've done already. So, and we already have evidence from this one, which I covered before. It's going to be super exciting. Now you look at the area, and I want to kind of talk about something that makes me think. All right, this is one of the biggest topics that a lot of people are asking. How big is the world? Is it an open world? I believe it's not open world at all. We know that, but it's semi-open world. They have open areas that you can go through and different things you can do within those areas. And we can see how far along all the way back here. If I was to zoom in a little bit, there's vehicles all the way back here. So you're going to be capable of going over there, I assume. And back to the left side as well, it's a lot of land to cover. for one person. So I'm assuming that this is going to be playable for everybody. And then, of course, if you're making your own version of it, you can twist it, turn it, spin it, shake it, and do all the good stuff that you want. So for me, as you're watching the gameplay here, imagine you're going to recreate this area and put in some monsters, some aliens, turn it into a zombie game. Whatever you're into, you can do. Personally, I want to make some unique elements with the system as well. But this just tells me that MindsEye is not only being worked on as a game, it's worked on as a tool to build more cooler things as we go forward. So for me, that is exactly what I would like to hear and what I want to know. And so I'm excited about this project. And today's video is just kind of uncovering a little more evidence about what they're doing with this game and why it's special. A lot of people I've seen kind of question, what is this game? Is this a GTA wannabe? Is it trying to be like Cyberpunk? I don't think it's trying to be any of those. It's very authentic to what it is. It brings this unique city that has, you know, robots controlling the streets, basically monitoring everybody's behavior, giving them tickets or whatever. And then it has drones, all of that. And then, of course, you and everything that we see is that the action starts getting very serious and very wild and outrageous. So it is a unique experience in its own way. And we've seen a lot of cool video games come out with, you know, of course, robotic or cybernetic elements. And this one is doing something of its own accord and trying to be its own way. You know, they could have probably just made this an open world and hope that people like it, because people are into open worlds. I know I am. So personally, give me more open world, please. But my main thing and the reason why I'm sharing this information is I love this. All right. I think about the people who get tired and complain about, you know, a 50-hour game. I don't get complain about those games. I love those open world games with a lot of great content. And some of the content isn't the best, but it's kind of casual. You lay back and play. I don't mind those games. But this game is not doing that. This game's saying, hey, we're giving you a 16-hour or so, 20-hour campaign. And it's a linear experience, a very story-driven game. We're not going to be toying with you. We want to make it very, very special as a story and also game design. So the gameplay is going to have a lot of purpose. You're not just going to run around looting boxes all day like we do in a lot of other games. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you guys know me, you guys know I love looter shooters and things of that nature. So, but that's the core thing that I kind of find very cool about it. How many games have said that directly? Like, hey, we want to give you a worthy experience that isn't a long, drawn out, try to take your money to make you play longer experience. And that actually spoke to me. It really made me feel like, you know what, this can be a great game. On top of the visuals that you're seeing, where this implant has controlled this guy and wiped his memory a bit and made him crazy, and then also the universe having all this cool cybernetic and robots and drones and military war that's happening. It's a lot of different things that are going on, that it's unfolding. And then the car races is always a cool thing. Those cars are amazing, by the way. I mean, I could just do a video about the cars. But yeah, that's kind of where my principles and thoughts are when it comes to this game. I'm curious what yours are. You can just share them and let me know how you feel so far, especially with this new reveal. If there's something in there that's enticing to you that you want to discuss, feel free to share about these extra missions that we're going to be getting. I think it's a very cool feature. I'm excited to see where that takes us in the near future as we go. So thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like if this was informative and it's got you ready to go for this game, because I am locked in. All right. I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all stay safe. Peace.